South Africa is once again grappling with a growing wave of public anger, as frustration over the issue of illegal foreigners continues to dominate national discourse. From urban townships to rural villages, the sentiment is the same: citizens are fed up, and they're demanding action. Over the past several years, South Africa has seen an increase in undocumented immigrants entering the country, primarily from neighboring nations such as Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. While many came seeking refuge, employment, or better living conditions, the state's failure to enforce immigration laws has created a crisis that now threatens social stability, economic growth, and national security. What began as simmering discontent has now reached boiling point. Videos have gone viral showing South Africans protesting outside businesses allegedly owned or operated by undocumented foreigners. These scenes are often accompanied by powerful chants such as "Put South Africans First," reflecting a movement that has grown stronger online and on the ground. Many citizens believe that illegal foreigners are taking jobs, running informal businesses without regulation, crowding public health facilities, and contributing to rising crime rates, while the government turns a blind eye. The economic argument is perhaps the most potent. South Africa's unemployment rate sits at an alarming 33%, with youth unemployment even higher. In many townships, residents claim that employers, especially in retail, construction, and agriculture, prefer hiring undocumented migrants because they can be exploited with lower wages and poor working conditions. This has created a deeply emotional and personal resentment, especially among unemployed South Africans who feel sidelined in their own country. Small businesses and informal traders are also caught in the storm. Many South African vendors argue that undocumented foreign nationals operate without proper permits, dodging taxes and regulations, giving them an unfair advantage in already tough markets. "We don't mind people coming here legally," says Mforad Ebe, a street vendor in Johannesburg. "But how is it fair that we follow the rules and others just set up shop overnight with no accountability?" Home Affairs Minister Aaron Motsoaledi has repeatedly pledged to crack down on illegal immigration, announcing mass deportation operations and tightening border controls. However, many South Africans view these statements as empty political rhetoric. They argue that systemic corruption, porous borders, and weak enforcement make such promises meaningless. President Cyril Ramaphosa has also come under fire, with critics accusing him of being out of touch with the realities on the ground. "We are dealing with a leadership that is more concerned with diplomacy than with the daily struggles of ordinary South Africans," said political analyst Tommy McKayes. "There is a perception that government has lost control of the immigration system, and that is fueling nationalistic anger. Unfortunately, the national conversation is becoming increasingly toxic. Xenophobic violence remains a dangerous possibility, as history has shown. In 2008 and 2015, anti-immigrant riots erupted in parts of Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal, leading to deaths, displacement, and international condemnation. Now, with tensions again on the rise, many worry that the powder keg may soon explode. Human rights organizations have warned against inciting hatred or stereotyping entire communities. They argue that the failures lie not with desperate migrants, but with broken systems and corrupt officials. "Blaming foreigners for everything is a dangerous and simplistic narrative," said Nomsa Dlamini of Amnesty International SA. "Yes, the government must act, but it must do so responsibly, within the bounds of the law and human dignity." As the 2026 general elections approach, immigration is poised to be a defining issue. Political parties like the Patriotic Alliance and Action SA have seized on the discontent, pushing hardline immigration stances and promising to clean up the towns and cities. Meanwhile, civil society groups are calling for immigration reform that is firm but fair, balancing national interests with human rights obligations. The illegal foreigners issue is no longer just a policy debate, it has become a national crisis. It touches on employment, security, identity, and trust in government. South Africans are raising their voices with growing intensity, and it is clear that the status quo is no longer acceptable. Whether the government will listen or continue to delay remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the people are watching, and they are no longer willing to be ignored.